I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSTNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSTNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSTNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSTNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is
Howdy everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So we are just gonna get right into the price action, my friends. We're gonna talk about MicroStrategy. We're gonna talk about Bitcoin. We are going to talk about secure digital ZK private cash. We are going to talk about some of the altcoins, and we're going to talk about how the rotation is still in play from money going into Bitcoin. Bitcoin carries the market, and then we have the rotation into ETH. ETH then outperforms Bitcoin a little bit, or maybe even by a lot. Who knows? Depending on what happens with the ETF staking. We have BlackRock, issuing ETF ETH staking. And this is going to be a big trend going in the next few years. Then we have Solana ETF, Solana staking, a lot of stuff that's going to be going into then now the large caps, mid caps, and that rotation looking like it's still be in place. So let's get right into the price action. Bitcoin over 93,000. We had a bullish market open here, and we'll just get into the just the short-term price action here. And let's look and see what's happening here. We got a nice two big green candles to start the day. The market open was really good. Nice big market open. Wasn't a soft market open. Nice hard market open. And we're seeing a lot of volume come in. We had a lot of volume come in early morning. And so you got to remember that we said we were going to potentially rally into the Fed rate cut, which is going to be tomorrow. And we know that they're going to cut the rates, but we're all curious as how they are going to, or how the Fed and how Jerome Powell's tone is going to be for the next quarter, because the Fed, Jerome Powell is going to be the chairman still, the Fed chair for the next few months going into next year. So I think his term ends in May. So there could be some monkey wrenches thrown into the game here. He could resign. I mean, who knows? But I think Jerome Powell will definitely seems like he'll finish out his term, and then they'll have this Kevin Hassett guy, which is kind of like the Trump shoe-in for the next Fed chair. And so what could be happening right now? We rally into the Fed rate cut, which said we rally into the rate cut into a particular price. We said the next I would be 95, and then the next liquidity area would be 107. We got three different areas of liquidity that are looking like they're revealing themselves on the chart. You can see one basically right here, and you can see the next one right there, and you can see we're trading up into what would probably be a Fibonacci extension level hitting here. I'd be curious to see, yeah, we pull a fib from here, and that would be probably lining up. Well, yeah, it's like a 382. Actually, probably line up more with the 618. If we go down here, trading up to the 618, and this is where Bitcoin took a stopping point from its recent high. And this is just pulling it from this 107 high. Would pull it from 116, and that would probably adjust the levels to show you where Bitcoin is now trading. The 0.382 is where we're at now. So you think the next levels of consolidation and resistance would be in the areas. So that would be, if you're trading Bitcoin right now and you're wondering where this short-term price action is going to go, these would be good levels to watch. Now, let's get into the connection of MicroStrategy and Bitcoin, because a lot of people have been putting MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor on blast, saying that, yeah, your plan works great on the way up, but how's it going to work on the way down? Well, what they're doing is they're actually have a lot of cash on their balance sheet, as well as Bitcoin, as well as the stock, and as well as maybe other things. But mainly, they have a lot of cash, a lot of Bitcoin, and then they have these different preferred stocks that they're offering to their customers, like this STRC, but then also the MSTR stock itself, which is highly connected to now Bitcoin. So what I did is I overlaid the Bitcoin price on the MicroStrategy stock, and you can see that it's very much correlated. So if you think, we're coming up to, potential rally going into next year, MicroStrategy stock would be one to watch right now for sure. Like, it would be a definite one to watch and to keep your eyes on this volatility here, because the volatility is increased a lot more with MicroStrategy as opposed to Bitcoin. So its volatility rate is explained actually by Phong Le, who is the new MicroStrategy CEO, explains the amplified volatility of this. But now this is like, you think about the fear and greed index right now. It's really low still. Fear 25. Altcoin season technically is nowhere in sight. We're in Bitcoin season. You can look at the fear and greed, and it's starting to get up in the middle range now in terms of the stock market. We're still in 40 fear. So really sentiment still in general doesn't look good. But then, we have all these different characters that are coming on mainstream media, talking about how
Bitcoin has,
they're getting ready for the next leg up. But all the people on crypto Twitter are getting ready for the next 2-year bear market. That's like what it's what people are doing right now. So I think it's just really interesting. So how are you preparing? I wonder how everyone's feeling right now. We'll say it's a little quiet. We'll just say that. I'll just say it does feel a little quiet, but we are going to continue to show up, and I hope you guys are doing well. This is honestly, I read this post and I related to it a lot. You know, with me, it wasn't necessarily buying every dip, but I had good entries, and then I ended up, you know, getting myself so worked up with trying to do too much or hit, you know, try and trade too much, and I ended up just sidelining myself, you know. So I related to this post a lot, and I'm sure that this is probably why it's a little quiet right now, because I think more than half the people that were in crypto in this cycle did this to themselves. You know, they said, this was Nagpunk. He said, I bought every dip I could, but the market kept dipping even harder. And my portfolio fell from $35,000 to $1,500. But I'm still here, learning, holding, and staying hopeful. Tough times don't last, and neither does a red market forever. Hashtag Ponky, hashtag BTC. Then I would actually go further and say hashtag ticker Bitcoin. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, this is probably the situation for a lot of people right now, and it hurts. But we do know, if we've been here long enough, seen the cycles before, maybe you participated a little bit more in this one, so you feel the pain. You feel the pain a little bit more. Maybe the last cycle, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows your level of existence of what you were doing in the crypto space back then? But now I think we've had enough time for these markets to mature. We have learned a lot. You know, we've dipped our toes into a lot of different pools. Shout out to Wawa, man. You know, they got these $2 Cortaditos, man. $2, like what? Shout out to Wawa for having a $2 Cortadito. They even steamed it better than some of the baristas that I've gone to, and you can even get your milk alternative. Man, shout out to Wawa, dude. W's in the chat for Wawa. W's in the chat for Wawa, my friends. All right, let's go. Let's do a little chat check-in. It's been a little quiet. I about would complain about it, but you know, I know you guys don't like complainers, and neither do I. But the 5 people that are here, I just always say, like, however many is going to show up on YouTube, you're going to be a trillionaire. You're going to be a freaking trillionaire, just so you know. So you're one of the special ones. You're one of the lucky special ones. You're one of the special crypto hyper functioning autistic billionaire CEO type people. That's who you are, my friends, just so you know. But you might just be one of those people that says, don't care, didn't ask, plus you're gay. So I don't know. And also send me 2 ETH. All right. So just to give you guys what Beeple was up to in March, he was kind of giving us the clue and giving us the hints that he was going to be working on this particular project and making and freaking people out with these dogs. Love it. We got Mike D. Sproto in the house. What's going on? Yeah, so yeah, today's stream we're gonna cover some meme coins. We're gonna pull up some clips of Morad's recent video. He released a new YouTube video. He's grinding too, man. You know, I thought Morad's YouTube was gonna have like 50,000, 100,000 subscribers, but he's like under 10K. So he's still like on the grind. But I think where he really hit traction was on TikTok. He was going hard on TikTok. And so I commend Morad for getting into that short form reel content, because it really did like push a lot of people into, you know, potentially learning about SPX6900 specifically, but then also just kind of learning about the list. And there's not, you know, if you look at Morad's list, like literally like more than half the coins, I don't agree with. I don't really see the traction there. Don't really like agree. But there's some that I actually can understand, and I can say, okay, that makes sense of why it would have been on his list to begin with, because they're connected with like very loud, strong communities. Some of the lore you can't deny. It's just like the best lore in the business. Then you have to equate it to the NFT space. So then you have most of these meme coins have NFTs that are tied to them, whether they're officially from the project themselves or if it's like a derivative NFT. Regardless, there's a massive connection between these meme coin communities and also the NFTs, which is represented in this picture. It's just like, this is like the vault of counter, not even just the counterculture. Well, I guess I would say counterculture that is ultimately being fusioned with our new money system. So, you know, the roots of Bitcoin being its cypherpunk, like, almost, forum style. You had to be a participant. You had to put your faith in the system by using it, this type of network. And because, everyone puts their faith in the fiat system and using the banking system without, even fully verifying that of what's even happening. But with Bitcoin and some cryptos, and say like every crypto, but it's pretty verifiable what the heck is going on. But then when we get to the end of the this live stream, we'll segue into how then privacy ends up becoming one of the most important things once you learn about money and blockchain and all that stuff. And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I also don't want everyone knowing what the hell I'm doing. So, because once you make it by buying all these meme coins that everyone told you were going to zero, and you make millions of dollars, and you're able to have liquid ETH or liquid SOL everywhere. Liquid ETH, liquid SOL everywhere, my friends, dripping from the walls. Then you're gonna need to know how to operate now in your new money system. So start downloading wallets. Start downloading all these different wallets. You got Soulflare. You got Phantom. You have, oh my gosh, MetaMask. You have Trust Wallet. You have Rabby Wallet, Rainbow Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, Crow Wallet, Crypto.com has a DeFi wallet. I mean, you can go to town. So many different things you can use now. And not to mention, then now most of these platforms are offering ways where you can get a crypto debit card. And so you got to start setting this up. So it's very important. But yeah, this is, if you look at this is basically like a lot of like, this is a good bag. You think ETH, Bitcoin, you got ticker Bitcoin, MOG, Doge and Shiba Inu, Pepe. Then, all of the, the NFTs, you got the, the Miladies, the apes, the doodles, you got the D-butts, you got the pudgy penguins. What else is in here that I know I've seen these before, but I forget what the name is. What's the name of the one with the red with the eyes? I've seen it before, but I can't remember the name of that particular NFT project. I got itchy in my eyes, man. Something stuck in my corner of my eye. Yeah, the thicker ticker, baby. But yeah, so this is the thing that I want to point out too. By the way, this is Beeple's art. So Beeple does a lot of art. He does every day. So he's always making a collage of some kind of crazy mashup of culture, what's happening, whether it be something with Sam Bankman-Fried or Michael Saylor or JD Vance, there's at the time there was the whole meme of the Saratoga water with the morning routine. And so also JD Vance was being memed along with that as well. So, and then also the Trump and Elon beef. So he's always memeing this stuff. So he's you know, very much on the bleeding edge of culture. And he is now, I would say, arguably one of the most famous digital artists and sought after artists in the space right now. Maybe in terms of just art in general, because if you want to be in the forefront of what is now the like, say, like if you were going back into the 70s or whatever the years was, like the high point of the Doors and Andy Warhol, and you went into the party and you were walking around in the party, Andy Warhol's over there sipping a martini, you know, Jim Morrison's walking. Oh yeah. And like, and then you see the Warhol on the wall and stuff like that. Shit just happened in Miami. The same damn thing. But this time it was Beeple, and it was a bunch of crypto people walking around. So that's what's happening right now. And guess what? His favorite NFT project is the Sprotos. And his favorite coin is the ticker. So it's not like that was on purpose. I don't know, but that's how the egregore works. And it's also not like the ticker Bitcoin team contacted Beeple and was like, "Hey, we're going to pay you a bunch of money for us to be your favorite NFT. You know, use us all the time." No, it doesn't work like that. It was very much, I think, an organic kind of relationship, but I just find it hilarious. And I love it. I mean, it's just like when these people end up coming out and being the most famous, because let's be honest, Morad is the most famous meme movement character on CT. When you think of meme coins or meme coin super cycle or whatever, or a list of memes, Morad usually pops up in your head. So he's been established as a main character of meme coin movements. Okay? He likes Pepe in the ticker and a few other coins, obviously, that we've seen and that we've liked as well. So it was like, cool, bag bias confirmed. Then Beeple ends up memeing and playing along with the same stuff that we end up getting connected in with. So it's great. I love it. I think it's a great connection to have. Kuzim said, "I know the first dude that got a Sproto tattoo. He's a Chad." Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna get either a Sproto tattoo. It's gonna be the first Sproto, whatever first Sproto that I buy, that I officially buy on chain. That probably will get tattooed on me somewhere, just like small somewhere, or I'm gonna get the actual ticker, like just the ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter Obama Sonic, just the the logo, just the classic, But yeah, so I know I'm kind of going down on like on a train. You know, we're rolling down the tracks right now. But what I'm trying to do here is get you to wrap your head and concept around. Okay, there is. Thank you, Clean Living. Yeah, I should be up on a deer stand with this hat. I think the deers themselves would stop and be like, "What does your hat say?" That was like literally like I was in Wawa and the cashier said, "There's a lot going on that hat." I said, "Exactly." And he started reading it and he was like, and then he started laughing and I was like, "Yeah, I said, but the ticker's Bitcoin." He was like, "Oh my God, like spelled out Bitcoin?" I was like, "Yes, sir." And that's the thing too, like, I give it to the SPX6900, like you see that, you go like SPX, like the stock market? No, 6900. It's going to flip the stock market. Flip it on its head. Suplex. So I love the movements. It's good combined meme movements. And then, I think also Wojak too, because look, the title of the stream is basically all my favorite meme coins. They're all attributing and moving together and kind of came and birthed around the same time. Was Wojak, Pepe, ticker Bitcoin, and SPX6900. And actually, if you want to do them in order, in chronological order, then chrono trigger this baby. Yeah, we're going to chrono trigger you right now in the face. So you have Pepe, okay? Pepe contract launch, 69, okay? Contract OX69. It's a 69 contract. Pepe started the movement back into from the NFTs were dead. Everyone was like, NFTs are dead. They were done. Everyone was flooding everything on the timeline. It was like, were we ever going to have anything fun ever again? Pepe came and hit the timeline. Everyone was freaking out. That spurred a freaking coin launching revolution of people now starting to now think that memes were great again. That was what Pepe did. The Pepe 69 contract, okay? Yes, I know there's a Pepe coin. Yes, they have an AI chain. Guess what? It's fine. Okay, if that one was at billions right now, then that would be the Pepe that everyone's going to pick and buy. But that's not what the case was. This had a different contract lore and a different launch lore. So, and it's what got me like, whoa, what's happening here? I was like, okay, I got to pay attention to this because something's here. So then after that, you have Wojak launched literally 3 days later. The Wojak meme. So this one, the ETH Wojak, by the way, just like I said, with the Solana Wojak, go look at the chart. I rest my freaking case. Like, you know, people are going to give me issues or problems of me still being bullish on my thesis with ETH meme coins and tell me I need to go buy a copycat pump fund contract of the meme. Get off my timeline. So what I'm telling you here is contract lore, and it's still going to play out. At least that's what my thesis is. Everyone's got to have a thesis. So Pepe, then Wojak. Okay? And Wojak as a meme literally represents the normal person. Wojak represents the normal person. The person that the 9 to 5, they have a manager they have to answer to. Their name is Jessica or Karen or Rachel. It's always those names. I don't know why, but Tim is the manager. You have to listen to Tim. That's Wojak. And so there's an egregore cultural connection and lore here, and this is what I've not fallen off of this. It's still fundamentally sound in connection with the whole. And guys, look at the memes that they were memeing in the Swiss. They had this big meetup with Plan B to talk about Bitcoin and the new money system and DeFi and crypto. And guess what they were putting up in the sky with their drone show? It literally was all Wojak and Pepe memes connected with Bitcoin. Do you get it? So, I'm telling you, don't fade the OG contract lore. And so now you go to right after Wojak, ticker Bitcoin was created. Was like a week or 2 weeks after, was very short after. I mean, it was like literally right after. Now, there was a ticker Bitcoin contract on Binance Smart Chain. So if you know the full lore, there was a contract that was in the Binance Smart Chain days. That one didn't go anywhere. It got kind of, quote, CTO'd. And then it eventually went into being minted here. And I'll show you. Look, pair created was 2 years, 6 months, 27 days ago. But if you go right back where we just were, we go to the Wojak contract, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back in time here. Now, look, 2 years, 7 months, 21 days ago. Do you understand? Okay, now we're gonna go to Pepe. 2 years, 7 months, 24 days ago. Now we're going to go to SPX6900. Now I'm going to blow your mind. Now we go to SPX6900. I remember seeing all these on the same list in Morales Money too. This is what is so awesome. 2 years, 3 months, 23 days ago. Now do you understand? Now we're going to go even further. We're literally going to break down the people image that I just showed you of the crypto treasury that the ETH whales know about, but all the people on CT want to tell you to go and buy the non-gay MOG. Okay, cool. Where's your locked liquidity? That's 10 million. Get out of my face. You don't know what you're talking about. So look, 2 years, 4 months, 19 days. So all these contracts have massive contract lore, all came out around the same time, and I think ETH meme coins are still a massive, massive, massive play. And this was confirmed by More Light. Again, we talked about it. There was a old ticker Bitcoin casino that you could gamble in, and the dev, who's anonymous, lost their money, a lot of it, in the casino, and it basically, with whatever they had left, they ended up starting SPX6900, which I thought was hilarious. So I would imagine whatever money, my wife is showing me one of the Christmas presents that we got for Santa got this one. Santa got something that is not made anymore. They don't make them, so Santa had to go on eBay. Santa had to get a discontinued item on eBay. So I don't know if you guys have had to do that. Whoa, hold up. 4 minutes ago, someone just bought $20,000 of SPX 6900. Let's look at this whale. Hold the phone. Let's look at this wallet. Hold on. What wallet is this? I hope this is a real wallet. I hope this is like someone's actual wallet. My internet has been just absolute. Nothing's loading properly. I feel like nothing's. Let's go, man. 20K SPX 6900 buys. That's what I like to see. I get to look. You see all these sells, but look, then you got that. And then look again. We got a 6K buy. We're coming in live with live DeFi buys. Okay, so look, all you got to do, click ETH, click liquidity, and you got your best bag opportunities right here in the entire world. You got, you got Bobo, Andy, Apu, ticker Bitcoin. You have Rect. I mean, Rect has been doing some pretty cool stuff, like in real life, real world asset type stuff. They have an energy drink, ticker Bitcoin has the best community in the world. That's what we have. Like, that's our advantage. We have the best ticker, the best name, the best lore, and the best, coolest holders ever that love NFTs and love crypto. And really love Guinness and Yingling, by the way. And apparently there is also, I think that the shot of the Sprotos is a what is it? What's the shot of the Sprotos? It's called like a nutter. It's called a peanut back or something. But look, Wojak, and I forgot to mention, most of the whales that are holding Wojak are also holding NPC, because non-player character, the NPC, is a character in the Wojak ecosystem, in the Wojak world. So you have Wojak, who's the person, he's got the feels. Wojak's the feels guy. He's got it. He's really like trying to keep it together, but he's really still trying. He's looking at his phone. He's looking at his Coinbase balance. He's looking. But then the non-playable, the NPC is just the brain dead, nothing's happening, just going through, plugged into the system. That's a great combo of a, like you say, if you're a meme trader or say a meme investor, because we're not trading these, we're buying these and holding till Valhalla. That's like, you don't trade memes. You buy and hold memes that are solid, because then you can say, I just cashed out $500,000. You start to try and become a trader and you think you're a genius, whatever. You can do that all, fine. You can go, please, go ahead, do that. I'm going for the glory. Going for the glory. So you combo stuff, you realize the connections, and then it makes a little bit more sense of why top wallets are holding the same damn coins. They're all the big ETH whale wallets that are meme investors and whales. They're holding ticker Bitcoin, Wojak, MPC, Apu, Bobo, Mog, SPX6900, Pepe. Some of them are holding Kekius as kind of like a Pepe play. I've noticed that some of these whale wallets that are holding all the ones that I just talked about, they also have like variable tokens, which have Kekius. Some of them had Pepe. What was some other variable tokens that were in there that I noticed? What was some that we were like, okay, yeah, that made sense. We didn't see any hex, but that would be I think the one that like is like out of all of those two combined, hex would be ETH hex, because no one thinks it's gonna pump. And you can do the same thing if you went to Solana and hit liquidity, but it's a little jacked up. It's not the same. I don't view it as the same. It's a little different. Yeah, guys, you gotta see that, like, the most famous artist in the world right now is bullish NFTs and meme coins. And so all the focus is going to be on this dude and what he's going to do next. And so do you get the picture? And then everyone's focused on and thinking if Michael Saylor is going to quote rug us all and liquidate the market. Oh, just because Michael Saylor fails, then somehow Bitcoin as an idea in the world fails. Do you know how stupid that sounds? You are putting the success of an entire network that operates around the world on one person. That's kind of stupid. So we're not going to do that. We're going to not do that. So let's look and see how they're going to actually squash the FUD.
Is probably the most important stock. MicroStrategy is probably the most important stock to watch right now, because that is the Bitcoin proxy. It's the most liquid name. It seems to me that when in the crypto world, when they're trying to hedge their longs in Bitcoin and Ethereum, they can't find any other way to hedge it except shorting the liquid stocks that are the proxies. So that's the MicroStrategies.
All right, so you heard Tom Lee just there, Fong. Do you feel as though your company has become this kind of proxy instrument for Bitcoin in the public capital markets, and because of that, people have had to use your company as a way to structure certain types of views, whether they're long or, in Tom Lee's thesis case, to the downside and short?
Yeah, that's why when Bitcoin has a 50 ARR, 50 vol, we have a 70 ARR, 70 vol, which means.
So we explained that earlier when we were comparing MicroStrategy's volatility to Bitcoin. So for instance, like Bitcoin goes down 9% or 10%, MicroStrategy is going to go down 20%. So it's going to have an extra 10%, 15% volatility rate to get alongside Bitcoin.
Is that in times when Bitcoin is going up, we go up more. When Bitcoin goes down, we go down more. When we entered this Bitcoin treasury strategy in 2020, we were a way for people to get access to the underlying Bitcoin through public equities. ETFs changed that a bit in 2024, But yeah, we very much are a big part of the crypto ecosystem and the Bitcoin ecosystem, which is why we decided a couple weeks ago to start raising capital and putting US dollars on our balance sheet to get rid of this FUD. And it really was FUD. We weren't going to have an issue to be able to pay our dividends. And we weren't going to likely have to tap into selling Bitcoin. But the narrative that was created, and I don't know where those things get created on social media, the news, the internet, by big banks, by big government.
By stupid crypto profile pictures on Twitter that think they know more than these guys that have been in the business for like 40 plus years doing finance.
By environmentalists, by Luddites, there is FUD that was put out there that we wouldn't be able to meet our dividend obligations, which causes people to pile into a short Bitcoin bet. And we put that, we just addressed that. In 8.5 days, we raised $1.44 billion, 21 months worth of dividend obligations. And we did it, one, to address the FUD, but two, to show people that we're still able to raise money in a Bitcoin down cycle.
You mentioned the FUD, right? The fear, uncertainty, and doubt aspect of this whole thing. Do you believe as though this long-term thesis for investors in a company like MicroStrategy or a BitMine Immersion or any of these treasury companies is about whether or not the viability of cryptocurrencies overall has real runway, or are the bubble fears really just something that are going to be headwinds for you guys no matter what?
No, I think they're bubble fears. I think we're at the point, you could argue 3 years ago, certainly 4 or 5 years ago, there were concerns around whether cryptocurrencies had a utility. I think we're past that. I think we've passed.
And so that's a very good point. We made that same point where we're like, guys, we're past the point of crypto being you don't know, like a speculative trade. Like, oh, is the government going to ban it? Oh, is China going to say we're banning all crypto? It's like, no, that is not we're way past those times of, quote, should we be investing in digital assets? Like, of course we should be investing in digital assets. It's crazy to not think that we should be getting exposure into where a lot of the stuff in settlement layer for AI, all these data centers, just the way that money is functioning nowadays. And you think about how JP Morgan with Jamie Dimon just moved $13 billion in an instant with their new implementation into the blockchain. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to, of course all these banks are going to start. They're going to say something they're going to say one thing in the, quote, mainstream media, I guess, or in different places. And then they're going to do another. That's just how it works. So we have to follow the money and see where all this money is flowing, and it's ultimately will be absorbed by the blockchain. And so, yeah, it's just crazy to think that that's like the normies, and I'm going to call you normies if you're not holding crypto. If you've never bought any crypto, you are a normie pleb. I'm sorry, because it doesn't make sense that in 2025, you haven't even had even a shred of curiosity to download a digital wallet and most of these people have an iPhone. They have a fucking phone. They could freaking do it. They even get paid through PayPal or get sent money through Venmo. They even have the crypto option on there and they still don't do it. I don't know why. The moment I knew I could buy a freaking dog coin thing or whatever, especially during the pandemic, that pandemic really pushed me into thinking, okay, you gotta, something's up. And it pushed us into looking into the system, especially GME, and that will segue because if we can land the plane, we'll land the plane on Morad and point out Morad's explanation of how, SPX6900, and I would say fair to say ticker Bitcoin, I will say, and Morad ever comes on my channel, I'll sideline him and say, I know you can't say that ticker Bitcoin is your favorite coin because you are, I guess, probably not, I don't know, I'd say contractually obligated to be SPX6900's poster boy. But we know, Morad. Don't you try and freaking fool me. I know Ticker Bitcoin's your favorite NFT and it's your favorite coin. Don't you dare. But no, we'd have to mess with him. All right, so let's go to the new video that he posted, and we'll let him just for a brief couple minutes talk about how he thinks why SPX6900 is the next GameStop, and also shout out to the new haircut, man. Let's go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to discuss why I believe SPX.
Morad looks moisturized, like he got a girlfriend. I bet he got a girlfriend because he had that hair. He took off the glasses. He got contacts. Wait, he cut his hair. He got contacts, and he moisturized his face. He definitely met a girlfriend. He definitely met a girl.
SPX6900 is going to be the next GameStop. Everything in this video and on this channel is not financial advice and is purely intended for educational purposes. I'm not going to go into too much detail about GameStop and how the GameStop squeeze happened, but I would like to point out some critical details. GameStop, also known as GME, was a stock that famously went up from $3 to over $350 between 2020 and 2021 in the span of several months. By late 2020, 140% of GameStop's public float has been sold short. Observers and users around the Wall Street Bets subreddit strongly believe that the stock was undervalued. Users of the subreddit gradually coordinated together by exchanging information, trades, and memes related to the GameStop stock. This has eventually caused the price of GME to skyrocket from $17 on January 1st, 2021 to over $500 by January 20.
And did you see that gap in the chart? It eventually crashed and went down into that gap because that was kind of like the orders. There were so many. It was just chaos. It was chaos, and it proved a lot of things, and it revealed a lot of things about the system. It revealed that the buy and sell button can be stopped. It's on platforms like Robinhood. They did it with Dogecoin as well. Yeah, it revealed a lot of the cracks in the system, which should get you to, quote, look at the movement of what SPX6900 is and what it's about with the meme coins. It's not just about the coin itself, it's about the movement.
28th, 2021, all in the span of less than 1 month. However, on January 28th, multiple brokerages have halted the ability to buy the GameStop stock. I would like to discuss what the GameStop movement symbolized. GameStop was not fundamentally about cash flows or revenues. It marked a very rare occasion where the small guys, by coming together, won a game that is systemically rigged in favor of the larger players. It was, first and foremost, a metaphysical and socio-financial byproduct of the frustrations and anxieties of the bottom 95% of the population.
And that was caused by the pandemic, the shutdown, all of the confusion. People didn't know what was right or wrong. They were like, I don't know if I should wear a mask. Should I not wear a mask? It like, are what they saying on the news, is it true or not? I don't know. Like, what is going on? People were just fed up and definitely getting frustrated because the world was getting very weird and strange, and it was getting out of freaking control. So it made sense that spurred a lot of people to, quote, like, get euphoric on something like this. It made total sense.
So why do I believe that a GameStop-like event will repeat itself? Because all those same frustrations and anxieties that have caused the GameStop movement to happen are still present in the hearts, minds, and souls of the population.
Probably even worse, but I think the system is, I guess, maybe has done a great job of hiding it, maybe in a way. Like, they've tried to hide the fact that it's worse. But if there's people that are making $200,000 a year and they're broke, they're living there's like 60 to 70% of the people that are in the income bracket of between $100,000 and $250,000 a year, they're living paycheck to paycheck because shit's too expensive. That's crazy. That's wild. Because if you think about that, those same people that would have been making that money now, back 5, 6, 7 years ago, that same money, you would be like in a completely different like income bracket and lifestyle, you know? You would be in a completely different income bracket and lifestyle. You would be like having extra money to go on trips or invest it, both. You'd probably have enough to pay everything, invest, and go on a trip. Now you're like, you're looking to get the 4th, 5th side hustle, you know? So yeah, the problems are still there. The anxieties are still there. That now you top on the inflation and the result of the money printing and the irresponsible decisions of our senators and the people that were waving flags to send billions of dollars over to countries for war. So yeah, anxieties and frustrations for sure. Bet on that. Are you guys still with me? You still with me? I'm telling you, man, it's been a little quiet. But I see you guys on X. I see you on X. I'm trying not to like dox my chat. Like someone messages me on my chat and sometimes you like, oh yeah, Sprotel Base. Shout out to Sprotel Base. He has the only ticker Bitcoin bar in the Bahamas. And so he said he drank over 40 Guinness this time, planning to double or triple that number at the Sproto Summer. Yeah, so yeah, definitely we're gonna have a Sproto Summer when ticker Bitcoin hits $1. We're all meeting up on a yacht, and we're gonna celebrate the end game, the inevitability of $1. But it can go dollar or not, man. We'll probably still rent the yacht. Yeah, shout out to the ticker Bitcoin community. Shout out to the egregore, the best meme coin. It's the shit coin of shit coins. We do accept the truth. Yeah, it does have the lore is unmatched though. That's the thing about, you know, there's some communities that they try and copy things, or they try and steal ideas, and you can't copy the ticker Bitcoin. You can't copy Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. I mean, you're just good luck. Good luck. When you find something that wild and funny, good luck. That's all I gotta say. All right, digital private cash. Let's go. All right, so we actually didn't even realize that the wallet was live to test. You can actually go straight into a browser dashboard and connect your wallet right in to the Zera Labs dashboard. So we already connected. We set up our Soulflare wallet, and we are already testing out some new stuff. This is what you have to do in crypto. So check it out, guys. Make sure you go to zeralabs.org. Hopefully pretty soon, we're actually going to have them on the channel, so then they can just like talk all about it. We might get a little demo, a little walkthrough of their headquarters in Texas. Remember, this is a US-based, patented, registered company that is trying to get commerce level, institutional level usage, but also peer-to-peer private digital cash. Which, think about how I think about the whole like timeline talking about Zcash and getting bullish on that, and getting, you know, quote, you know, regular crypto normies to start thinking they need to buy Zcash, not realizing that there's protocols that are ZK protocols that you can use your assets that you already have. You don't even have to buy Zcash, and you can use this stuff. That's the whole point. So So like I said, I got Sol in. I did not a lot of Sol. I don't have anything in here really. It's got collected some insane labs. If you guys know what that is, that'd be cool if you did. Real world asset right there. But we wanted to connect a wallet in here to see how the dashboard works. You got your offline cash section, you got your dashboard, you got your activity, and we're gonna keep exploring this and see how it works. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. We'll look at the chart. We'll look at the Zera chart. This is what I'm keeping my eye on right now in terms of the Solana ecosystem. So Solana right now, my tokens on the Solana radar, if you want to know the portfolio breakdown, it's Zera, Solana, Zeus, Orca, Radium, Jupiter, and yeah, that's what I'm eyeing right now. That's very much on my radar, all those tokens. I think Bonk too. Yeah, Bonk I think is going to do well. I think the dog tokens on Solana, like the premier dog tokens, the dogs, frogs, and the cats, they always do well. Right now we're on a turtle meta. Like people are buying Franklin and different turtle things, but I think it always ends up feeding right back into the dogs, the frogs. It's just, that's what I've usually seen. It's like people always they're like, oh, those are old, they're not going to pump anymore. And then they go to these like other memes for a little bit, those sell off. And then everyone ends up buying back the old school, like fundamental, quote, fundamental memes. It's just a tried and true rotation that happens. All right, so the chart on the let's see, this is the hour chart. We'll just look at the daily charts. Best to look at that. I will be honest, I don't really like the chart too much. I don't like that it went down right back into, quote, the migration launch pump. But I guess if you were wanting to accumulate, you thought that was like the golden accumulation zone. But I'd say if it sits in here too long and it just like doesn't go anywhere, then I would be a little scared. You know, I'd be like, okay, what's going on? But eventually, with what they're working on, and I mean, they're deploying, they're doing stuff. I mean, I don't see why. And also, there's supposed to be an auto smart contract buy and burn mechanism set up with this token. So if that is the case, then let's see what happens. All-time high market cap here was 35 mil or 40 mil, I believe. Let's look. Let's check it out. If it's okay. Yeah, I think the all-time high was like 35 or 40 mil around there. And remember, the pair was created a month ago. It's a very new token. I mean, it's still a new migrated token. So honestly, like, I mean, how much are you going to be able to look at the chart and say like, oh yeah, this is, you know, it's such a new chart. It's kind of hard to establish any type of TA. You know, you're investing in a new, in something brand new. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to repost this, I'd appreciate it. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can just scan this QR code and you'll get popped to a link tree. And do I even have stuff on the link tree where you can donate? No, I don't. It's just like, yeah, it's just, yeah. So I don't even know. Yeah, if you want to just keep watching the channel and repost it and hit the heart, you know, hit the heart button, hit the like button. That's, you know, there you go. Just make this thing go viral. That would be awesome. Get me out of the YouTube doghouse. While everyone loves to go and watch these channels, these people trading and stuff like that, that's cool and all. Love it. But come on, get over here. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. You can watch people trade all day. Let me give you my thesis, my friend. Let me give you my thesis. Join my Discord. All right. All right. Have a good day, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. Keep being bullish. Let me know what your portfolio, how your portfolio is doing. If you want to send me a message, you want me to analyze your portfolio, let me know how massively wrong you are. No, I'm just kidding. No, but all jokes aside, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me a message. And you can also book a one-on-one if you want to. Like I said on the link tree here, you can if you just want to, have a therapy session. You just maybe you felt like you round tripped or you messed up this entire bull run. I don't know. I'll talk to you. I'll help you out. Just let me know. All right, my friends. Love you, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.